Guess what? Portals exist. That's right. You heard me correctly. In 2012, a NASA scientist discovered something they call X points. Now, X points are portals in our magnetic field that connect Earth directly to the sun. It creates a direct passageway to the sun. I had no idea this even existed. I will link that article down in the description of this video. Remember, this article is from 2012. It says in the article that during the time in 2012 when they were writing this, they were planning on using some craft to actually study the portals. And I'm assuming now, at this point in time, they've already been doing that. I did try to find out to see what they actually learned when studying these things, but I couldn't really find any information on that. If you guys have some information on that, let me know down in the comments. Share the link with me. I'd love to check that out. You may be wondering why we're going to talk about portals. Now, in last week's episode, we talked about a humanoid monster that people were seeing in Chicago. Now, what does it have to do with portals? A lot of people were telling me that this thing could be interdimensional. Now, if you don't know what interdimensional is, that basically means that it's from another dimension. Now, if you don't believe in other dimensions, I want you to take a second, ask yourself if you believe in the afterlife. Yeah. So do you believe in the afterlife? If you do believe in the afterlife, you believe in other dimensions. Like it or not, the afterlife, if it's a physical place that we can't see on our plane, it's another dimension. So basically, this being or this entity was coming from another dimension. So what I did is I started doing research on this. And this led me to Stargates, portals, wormholes. I mean, the rabbit hole got very, very, very deep. Now, I could sit here and list off portals that people think exist around the world, because there's many. There was also a video that I saw this past week of what looked like a portal opening up over the sky in Russia. Now, I had seen a video similar to this a few years back. Now, at the time when I was researching this, a few years back, I may have read that it could have been a missile being tested that was fired incorrectly, because when you watch the video, you see sort of a spiral effect in the sky. Now, it looks very cool. Definitely looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. What do you guys think that is? Here we have an image of what was seen in the sky the other day in Russia. Now, if you look closely, it does look like a portal opening up in the sky. These are some amazing photos. It looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi film. They are saying, though, that this was a rocket. So that seems like a logical explanation for this. What if it's not a rocket, though? What if a portal really did open up in the sky above this city? Wouldn't a logical way to cover it up be to say it was a rocket? Another very interesting fact is that a lot of these sightings of the bat humanoid in the last video, I'll put the video up here real quick, happened around and in the area of Chicago, and that's next to Lake Michigan. Now, in the depths of Lake Michigan, there is a structure that people think is some sort of portal to another world. Hence, entity flying around Chicago, maybe. So I understand that this idea is kind of out there. It's very out there. I'm not here to tell you that I 100% believe in this, but when I started digging into this, like I said, it was so deep. There was so much information and so many crazy claims all over the internet that I just thought we had to talk about it. I mean, there's too much to list in this video. It would literally have to be like a half an hour video, and I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a bunch of links, all the links that I can find down in the description of this video. If you guys have any important links about portals or wormholes, also share them. Now, something really fascinating about this is that it goes hand in hand with the ancient astronaut theory. A lot of these old archaeological sites or temples or pyramids have these kinds of locations in them, and the cultures or the people that built these pyramids or archaeological sites or temples or whatever you want to call them they worshipped their gods, and a lot of them had gateways to the gods or gateways to hell or passageways that they would use to connect with these otherworldly beings that they called gods, but I, would like to call them aliens. Stonehenge is a good example. They say that Stonehenge is a portal. It's crazy. I know. Legend has it that in 1971, a group of people actually camped at Stonehenge and tried to tap into the vibrations of this ancient site, causing a storm and blue lights to actually shine from the stones at the site. These people were never seen again. Only remnants of their tent were found. And I'm not going to go that deep into this, into the detail of this. I want you guys to do your own research and let me know down in the comments what you find and what your conclusion is. But they're talking about vibrations, about the sacred geometry, and all these different sacred ancient sort of knowledges or ancient ideas that they were using back then to talk to the gods. I actually heard a theory online, and this one is also way out there, that there is a Stargate in Iraq, and that is why we were going over there, not for the oil, for the Stargate. So supposedly, this Stargate is located in the ancient city of inside of the ziggurat. So there are hotspots around the globe, supposedly, that sort of attract paranormal activity. And these hotspots have been said to have portals. One of those hotspots would be the Skinwalker Ranch. I'll put a link down there so you can check out, the whole story about the Skinwalker Ranch. But even Bigfoot. People have come out and said that Bigfoot was interdimensional. And of course, if he's interdimensional, he's got to travel through some kind of portal, right? Now, if you had the chance to travel to another dimension, would you take it? I mean, what's wrong with our dimension? I don't know. Maybe I'd want to peer into it and see what's going on in the other dimension. I'm not sure if I'd want to jump into it. But I am pretty curious, so maybe I would end up jumping into another dimension if I had the opportunity. As long as I knew I could get back to my dog, both my dogs, and my wife. You hear that, honey? If I jump into another dimension, I'm going to come back. Some people even believe that at CERN, they're using the Hadron Collider to open up portals to other worlds. I know. It's out there, guys. And it's possible. I mean, who knows what they're doing? They tell you what they're doing, but if they're doing some covert experiments opening up portals to other dimensions, I doubt they're going to tell you and me. Me and you. I pointed the wrong way. You and me. What if in another dimension right now there's a dude doing the same thing I'm doing with the same face, just different color, like purple? I'm just purple or blue. I'm like I'm talking about different dimensions, and I'm like, humans exist. Yes, humans exist. Okay, so start the discussion down there. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. You're all dope. And we will talk soon. Peace.